What's up, guys? Happy Mondays. Let's see. All right, let's see what the market looks like today. A lot of mixed move. Things are all over the place. Some stuff are up a lot, some stuff are down a lot. Moderna was up and down today, all over the place. Netflix up and down. Under Armour, CCL. Crazy move today. Let's check out the earnings. So MU reported, starting to blast up. What's up, man? What's going on? Harris, Jimbo, Heavies, how you doing? Mass Appeal. This is one of the first times MU is moving up. So MU's earnings per share is $2.16. Beat estimate of 211. Sales is 7.69 billion as opposed to 7.67 billion. This is a 176.9% increase compared to the same period last year, and 33% increase in sales compared to last year's. So margins was really, really good. Sales didn't even increase that much. That's crazy. Hang in there, man. Hang in there. Yes, sir. Need MU to rock it. Because the first time I buy calls for $5. Whoa, what calls did you buy for $5? $95 calls? So we talked a little bit about this last week, how a lot of the semiconductor companies, they're all having really, really great earnings despite this whole chip shortage. They're all having like out of the world earnings, and they're all having like some of the best quarters ever, and they're all just making really, really good margin. So obviously the same thing is happening here with MU. They're they're getting all these great things. Let's check out that guidance that just came out. So MU sees Q2 2022 revenue $7.5 billion, give or take 2 million, as opposed to 7.28. Earnings per share is $1.95, give or take 10 cents, as opposed to $1.86. So those are pretty good numbers. That's top and bottom beat, and top and bottom guidance on the upside. See what the MOC on close today was. Market on closing balance was 2.7 billion to the buy side. So might get a dead cat bounce tomorrow, and might sell off a little bit throughout the week as well. What's up, man? Good afternoon. Let's see if we can get to $90 on MU, man. I would love to see us get back to $90. That would be nice. You can do it, MU. You can do it. Come back to 90. So the thing we're using to get information for earnings is from Bazinga Pro. You can sign up for a free trial using their system. and you can get like 2 weeks of free trial as well to to see this too. We gotta set up the tabs. If you need help, just shoot me a message on Discord, and I'll help you out. Here's a link if you need it. My $90 lotto call would like that too. I know, same here. We lotto some MU for earnings as well, and hopefully we need that big move for it to play out. So was expecting for MU to move to $90. If we open around 88, we'll probably be up somewhere around this range. If we open up around 90, and we stay around 90, we could potentially, see a very strong move. But we gotta hold this position till like Thursday. So MU needs to hold that $90 area till Thursday for us to make like 400%. But MU is tricky though, man. They're like one of the hardest stocks to hold earnings gains. Let me show you what I mean by that. So like the last time MU had a good earnings, it had a nice pop after hours, came back down. Same thing this other time, had nice pop, came back down as well. So I don't know if we can hold the gain. I hope it does. Hopefully it does one of these days where in March they held the gain really well, and started to stay in that range, because that would be very juicy. But knowing MU, man, I'm not too excited. We'll see what things look like tomorrow. Stock Twit's MU explosion right now. MU always like generates a lot of love and hate relationship. Let's check out this other earnings. Nvidia running, very nice, very nice. What's up, Red Air? Very nice, though, boy. You can always just look at the next contract, see what the IV is for the next contract versus this contract, and you can kind of try to figure out the difference there. So let's see, CVGW. Earnings per share is -8 cents as opposed to -11 cents. Sales is 273 as opposed to 263. This is a 123% decrease compared to earnings from the same period last year. The company reported quarterly sales of 273 mil, which beat the estimate by 3.8%. This is a 16% increase compared to last year. So it looks like avocado prices have gone up, but margins have gone down for them. Probably supply chain costs just wrecking them, slapping them across the face. I think this is the avocado company. Yeah, this is the avocado industry and expanding provider of value-added fresh food. It sells avocado to a group of supermarket chains. So a year ago, the company was trading around $70. Right now, it's trading around 39. After hours, is 36. Ooh, 2 years ago, this company was trading around $94. Man, avocado is not doing good. Hey, what's up, man? So I'm moving hard. I had a goals ask me about today's close. Oh wow. Let's check out this Arc Restaurants. What did they do? What is Arc Restaurants? The Nike report yet? I haven't seen it. We're still waiting for the Nike. They have a restaurant called YOLO's. Oyster House. So EPS is $1.89, up from 54 cents. Then the negative side, sales is 42 mil, up from 21.77. 96% increase compared to the same period last year. So obviously, restaurant industry last year got beat up, so it's easy to beat last year's numbers. Pre-COVID was around 22. Right now, it's trading at 16. Came back to 24 at one point and lost all that gains. Interesting. Let me see how their forecast is looking like. Nothing useful. Let's look at Nikes. Oh, Nike's moving up nicely after hours. What did we play for Nikes? Oh shoot, we play 170 for Nikes. Pretty far away. Crappy soup. What's up, man? This must be 3 days no poop. Did we go through MU? Yes, we just went through MU. They had a pretty decent earnings, like all the semiconductors. They're moving up. Guidance was good. EPS guidance was good. Both good. Kathy dines at ARC. She better, right? MU scam us again. I'm glad I blacklisted. Oh no. Did it really? Did it scam us? Ghost candle. Back down to 82. That was funny. Hopefully, we'll see where it stays. Topher. Do you have any filters for your earning monitor workplace? Just a little bit, just the sources here and stuff. Single on wire. Earnings and guidance. If you need help setting that up, just shoot me a message on Discord and I'll help you set up. Oh, here we go, Nike. Nike's earnings per share is 83 cents, beat estimate of 63. Sales is 11.36 billion, as opposed to 11.25. They said that this is a 6.41% increase compared to the earnings of last year. That was a year ago. A year ago, the company was trading on 147. This is a 1% increase in sales compared to last year's. So the numbers are pretty flat compared to last year's, and last year's company was trading around the 143 to 147 range. Not much movement there. Oh. Gotta wait for that guidance to see where they're gonna lead us. Possibly, semiconductors have been carrying the market pretty well. I was bearish on MU. I feel you, man. I think a lot of us has always been bearish on MU for the last few quarters, but you know the semiconductor industry, man. They've been doing really, really good. Literally every semiconductor stock that we reported the last month or so has had phenomenal numbers, and they've just been going up. It's almost like you can't go against the semiconductors right now. It's like forbidden. Hey, what's up, Spendo? Yeah, the MU calendars are looking good right now. As long as we're on the upside, we get somewhere close to $90, and we stay there for the next 2-3 days. Ugh, we're gonna be good, really, really good. So Nike's starting to move up. Let's see, where do we need Nike to move? We need Nike to get close to 170 for us to really be doing well. I mean, or it could stay like near 160 right here. But if it goes to 170, drop by 20. Where's Nike at? So we play Nike on the earnings challenge. That's why we're looking at it. If you guys haven't seen it, there's a thread in the account challenge section where we're taking a lot of these lotto plays on the earnings and stuff. So right now Nike's at 162 after hours. At 162, we're making chump change. Especially if it stays in this range, we won't make money until Friday. If it stays in that range, if it starts grinding up and moves toward it on Friday, we can potentially make a lot of money. The thing I was looking forward to on Nike is that I'm looking forward to them talk a lot about the the Nike land. So I want to hear about what the potential on that is. Hopefully they say more about that in the earnings call. So Nike direct sales were 4.7 billion, up 9%. Nike brand digital sales increased 12%. Gross margin continues to increase somehow. I'm not sure how. Pretty magical there. Nike says that their strong result this quarter provided proof that our strategy is working as we execute through a dynamic environment. We're now in a much stronger competitive position today than we were 18 months ago. I want to thank our roughly 75,000 global teammates for all their work to provide consumers with a compelling new product, innovation, and experience that only Nike can deliver. Thank you very much, Chow Labor, Nike says. Thank you. Did they say anything about buybacks? I'm not sure yet. We'll see. Second quarter revenue was flat as we continue to manage the ongoing impact of supply chain challenge across marketplace. Revenue in Greater China and APIA declined, largely due to lower level of available inventory coming from COVID-19 related factory closures. While closure had an impact across our portfolio, North America and EMEA delivered growth due to higher level of in-transit inventory entering the second quarter. Despite inventory constraint and supply chain challenges, Nike grew 8%, led by North America direct growth of 30%, including record Black Friday results. Wow. Nike brand digital delivered growth 11% in North America, while partially being offset in Greater China. Apparently, Converse is getting popular again. Revenue for Converse was $557 million, up 16%. Inventories are up. So that means inventories, if the inventories are up, that means they have a lot of stuff in supply, which means like they've been anticipating the supply chain issue well, and they've been storing things. So Nike's dividend has increased 14% from the previous year. Share repurchase of $958 million for the quarter. $15 billion program approved by the board of directors in June 2018. So they still have about more than half of that buying power left. So to answer your question, if they say anything about buyback, they didn't announce a new buyback program, but they do have an existing one that's from 2018, where they still have more than half the buying power left. So that's pretty much it for the Nike's earnings report. We didn't see anything about Nike Land or anything, so I hope that's something they'll talk about in their earnings calls, and that could possibly get people pretty excited. What's RTFKT? Oh, this is like NFT thingy. So Nike recently acquired this company last week on Monday. So that's something that could be pretty interesting, Nike doing NFTs and things like that. Nike is a very solid company, man. Hard to short. Supply chain issue cannot affect them. It's like they just can't be defeated, man. Like just get wrecked by supply chain issue already, Nike, please. They're actually coming down a little bit after hours here, so we might have an opportunity to sell the put position. If we come back to like 155, we might have opportunity to close out that put position and then just ride the call side. But we'll see where things take us. It's gonna be interesting tomorrow. This week is gonna be very, very interesting for the earnings challenge because we're having a shorter week, and a lot of the stuff we play is on Monday, and I don't think we really have anything for like. Let me see what we have later this week. So we have Nike MU. Tomorrow we have Rite Aid, we have BlackBerry, and then on Wednesday we have CarMax and Paycheck and Cintas. Thursday we have Mogu. I think that's the crypto company, or is that Mogo? So I'm not even sure what Mogu is. And then Friday the stock market is closed. So I might set up a play on CarMax. That's gonna be an interesting one, and maybe a play on Centus. So those are both interesting ones. Let me look up Centus, see where they're at today. Centus actually had a gap down. 440s gap down to 429. Would have actually been a good time to start a bullish position on it, because they're a uniform facility company, provides uniform rental stuff. Actually, I'm not even sure. How they react to the whole COVID thingy. One way you can say it's good, and the other way you can say it's really, really bad for them. Do you guys have any charts you guys want to check out? So I feel like for Centus, we could potentially see a move back to MOB line at 412. It's actually like had a pretty good run for what it does. All right, let's check out Oxy. Oxy came down to major support today, actually, $26. That was a major area of support. Purple POC bar, so that's a point of control. So that's going to be an interesting area as well. Let's look at crude oil. So it looks like last time I looked at crude, I said that there's a possibility that crude oil could come back to the $65 area, or maybe even $64 range. I think that's a good range if we want to load up on oil, assuming inflation can move. But at the same time, oil is also a like economic factor as well. So it's also a factor for economic activity. If we're getting shut down across the board, that could also be fairly bearish for oil too. So we have the bullish and thing for oil, which is which is inflation, but the bearish thing for oil is the economic activities. But I do know we have this really nice trend line here that we applied 3 times already, 4 times actually, and we can see a 5th move here, and that could be a good area of risk and reward to buy the dip on oil. So watch out the oil futures on crude oil for $65 level. We hit a little bit of that today. We hit 66 for a second. I don't think the drop is done there though. SoFi, let's take a look. It was looking good last week, I remember, but probably a little bit ugly today. Let's see. Actually, not that bad. We said there was opportunity with a double bottom setup. It was coming back against the trend line here. Came back down, setting up that second bottom, and we haven't actually lost a lot of the move today, so that's good. It's actually relatively flat today. If market continue to run, then you can see SoFi come back to 1758. So that's going to be a pretty good move. CarMax might take a way out the money call. Hope we get Avis. That's possible. I'm not sure how well CarMax is gonna get that Avis kind of move, because Avis move was also more of like a hedge fund move. They also had a lot of money on hand, so they're able to do things a little bit different. Let me see. Oh, Avis is actually car. So Avis had a lot of cash on hand last time. They used it to do share buybacks and things like that. Let me see how much CarMax have on hand. Yeah, they don't have enough cash on hand to do a buyback or anything. The only thing they can do is just report great quarter. That's it. They can't do a buyback, so I would not expect them to do something crazy move like Avis did. Could be wrong. Who knows? Still great. They're still gonna have good earnings though, but I think some of that's gonna be priced in on them having like phenomenal earnings compared to the 2020 prices, because they also moved up a lot. The company was trading $100, went as high as 150. It is coming close to good trend lines here, so this is a good trend line move. So if it's gonna bounce, I can see a good move on the trend line bounce. Maybe a possible move to 140s if it does bounce there. Maybe it'll even happen before earnings, man. Shoot. Yeah, that's gonna be an interesting move. Very interesting move there. Asana. Check this out. So CarMax, posted the chart in discussion channel. So you should be able to see that there. SoFi. I got you, man. Let's check out ASAN. Asana. Oh, that's a nice double bottom setup there too. So seeing that nice double bottom move. If we can break above this level, could easily see the move to 98. ASAN. Thoughts on Tesla? Let's see. The calm before the storm. So last time when Tesla was over here on the half-day chart, it was either setting up a possible double bottom, you know, to move up back to the trend line here. It was coming back down to the 867 area. It looks like we got pretty close to that today. I still think we can hit that area. I still think we can hit that 867, 870 range there. I think that would be a possible area of a good bounce. So if it hits there, I could see us possibly doing a move for a good bounce to like 980s, 990s. But who knows, man? Who knows? Tesla is tricky like that, but I think the risk reward for the bounce there is reasonable. It could happen. Would I play straight calls on it? No, I would not. I wouldn't touch straight calls because it's very expensive. I'd probably do a calendar or a bull call spread if I were to play it. So that's going to be a pretty interesting move if that happens. Looks like Bitcoin's having a nice run. Ooh, SPY hit that area perfectly almost today. Let's go over market outlook chart that we talked about this morning. So usually every week we post out the market outlooks, what things would look like, what could possibly happen. So last Monday we looked at SPY. We said that, you know, last week it was a good time to take profit, and that, you know, that aged pretty well. We had a good opportunity to take profit last week as the market moved up a lot and came back down. So this week, as the market reacts to bad news of Omicron, I would say we could sit on hands and wait for opportunity near 449 area on SPY or ES. So we kind of hit that 449, 450 range, and which is this trend line MOB line there, and we had a nice bounce. Tech sector was very choppy last week, as expected as well. We had potential double bottom setup, the W pattern, but the selling pressure was strong on Friday, so that could invalidate the W setup and indicate more selling ahead. I was personally looking for support around 373. I think we can still go there. We haven't really tested that range yet, so we'll see how things play out. Financial sector looks like Friday's close signaled the downtrend. Last week we were either going up and down. Looking for a move to 3760s on XLF for buying opportunity. And the dollar index has just been strong, above 96. I don't see like easy recovery for the market. So let me see. Let's see how things play out. Be quiet, Best Buy. So we hit that 3760. We even went as low as 3722. Financial sector looked pretty beat up today. I still think it's an interesting buying opportunity. I think it's just getting beat up because of dividend being on the same day as well. So, but if there was one sector I would look to buy the dip, was probably the financials. Dollar index was still strong today. We're still above 96.50. SPY actually hit the bottom of the trend line. Not bottom trend line, the bottom of the MOB line at 370. What did we hit? 377.47. So touched the MOB line really nice, had a nice bounce there. SPY also hitting the MOB line as well. Very nice move. I think we might get another opportunity tomorrow. I could be wrong. Because we're gonna have like the Joe Biden speech. So this is probably gonna be a good area to start picking up position. Start some small buy the dip opportunities and see where that lead us for the rest of the week. I also posted that some things to look out for. Europe is bracing for another cold snap, so we can see some moves in the natural gas sector. So that moved 3.9% today. China's central bank was reviewing loan rates today. So that could be something interesting for the real estate market. They've been collapsing pretty hard. So those are some things we were looking forward to. Airbnb. So that the market outlook is always posted in the Stock Elite channel every Monday. Airbnb, wow, dropped pretty hard. Big area of support in this range here with the purple bar, MOB line. On the half-day chart, it looks like we had a nice bounce there. So that continues tomorrow. We got money flow signal, smart money buy signal coming in there. The bounce continues. We could easily see 166 on Airbnb actually, but that's a short-term move though. Airbnb has a bunch of competitors, man. They actually have a lot of competitors coming across the board, coming up across the board to compete with them. But naturally, they're also a huge competitor against hotels as well. And they're at a point where they're kind of like Uber now, where they used to be really cheap, and like their price is unbeatable. But I think they're getting to the point where they're not as cheap anymore, as opposed to the early days of Airbnb. Just because there's so much fees, cleaning fees, and all these other miscellaneous things that gets attached to it. But technical wise, it could be setting up for that good bounce. So what are we looking at? 167. So I posted the chart in our discussion channel. You can check that out over here. So I hope that helps, man. Might get another bounce on gold tomorrow. Lumber started breaking. So lumber started running like crazy. Not as high as May, but started moving up, starting to break down a little bit today. Facebook is also pretty beat up. That's something I would look to pick up there. if we get the opportunity tomorrow. Apple breaking under the trend line. Death for Apple. Oof. For the bounce around 165 on the whole. Netflix was the only one that was pretty green out of all the FANG today. So possible reversal setup here. Possible double bottom in a way. Getting a smart money buy signal today as well. They're pretty cheap, finding that support in this range over here at 590s. So if we do reverse, we can have a really nice move back to 624, 630s easily. Looking for that possible move this week. So we'll see. Google. Oof. Roku's interesting. Struggling at that resistance here at 235. Had a big move last week. And struggling against this line, so it's also a double bottom setup here too. Could either come back to 270s or get rejected and come back to 200s again. $178. I mean, I think there's some light resistance at 178. I don't really see it. Maybe at 182 for TTWO. The gaming sector could be potentially bullish due to COVID as well. We have a possible inverse head and shoulder setup over here. So inverse head and shoulder, if we start up there, it'd be like this. And you can see that potential move finish around 187, 189 range on TTWO. AMAT. Let's see. Let's check out the earnings from last time. So AMAT had earnings about a month ago, November 18th. Last year they were trading around $84, and right now they're trading at 145, 147-ish. They had a good earnings per share, 55% increase in EPS and 30% increase in sales. So that fundamental and macro growth story, I say they're pretty in line with their current price point right now. So they see, they do see potential growth, but things are iffy. Things are iffy there, man. They're either gonna make, give or take 6.16 billion as opposed to 6.5. So supply chain issues gonna hit them a little bit harder than some of the other semiconductor companies. So it's not something I'm too crazy about. On a 2-year basis, the company have appreciated 100%. I think the most undervalued semiconductor stock right now is probably MU. because MU actually hasn't grown much in the last 2 years. I mean, look at the chart. It's trading around like $54. Went as high as 96 at some point. Yeah, they haven't grown much at all. And you know, their EPS just had a 176% increase, but the stock has been pretty flat and sloppy. Boeing also coming back to a double bottom move here. That could be interesting as well. Marriott International is coming back down to the bottom of the trend line. Oh, Target. Oh shoot, Target broke that support. Oh, Microsoft could be interesting as well tomorrow. Oh, like he started to move after hours. Nice. Looks like they did have that next leg. Still looking for that 170 move, so hopefully it gets there. Did you play the earnings call from Nike's in the account challenge? Nice. So yeah, hopefully this moves to our range. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it here. I'm gonna end the stream here. We'll be back here tomorrow to go over some of the other earnings on, you know, like Rite Aid and BlackBerry. Oh, I actually didn't go over Carnival today. But Carnival earnings was actually pretty ugly. They lost $2.6 billion this quarter. But they did say that they expect to be fully running by June of 2022. So that's why Carnival ran up a lot today. They said they're gonna be back to full capacity and running every single one of their ships by June of 22 next year. But I think that schedule is gonna change real quick for them. So that's gonna be something interesting. Other than that, have a good night, guys, and take care.